great drowning to be afeard of your 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. Do not torment me, prithee. He's in his fit now. He shall have a taste of my bottle.
I should know that voice, but he's drowned.
4 legs and 2 voices, a most delicate monster indeed. I will pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano?
Ah!
Be thou not afraid, my good friend.
Trincolo! Thou art very Trincolo indeed. How camst to be the sage of this moon call? Can he then, Trincolo?
Art thou drowned, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, two Neapolitan skate!
Spare me, prithee! My stomach is not constant.
Now that's a brave god. And there, celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? Swim ashore, rattle like a duck. Here, kiss the book.
I kiss thy foot. I swear myself thy subject. I fish for thee, get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant I serve. I follow thee, thou wondrous man. Farewell, master, farewell, farewell, farewell.
A drunken monster? A howling monster?
Ban, Caliban has a new master, get a new master. Freedom, high day! Freedom, high day!
Oh, monster, lead, will follow!
Ferdinand is visited by Miranda. Prospero observes them unseen as they exchange marriage vows. Things are starting to heat up.
This, my mean task, would be heavy to me, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures.
Work not so hard, rest yourself, I'll bear your loves the while.
No, precious creature, I'd rather break my back than you should such dishonor undergo, while I sit lazy by.
Poor worm, thou art infected.
What is your name?
Miranda.
Oh, my father, I've broken your hest to say so. Admired, Miranda. Oh, you are created of every creature's breath. How features are abroad, I'm skilless of. I would not wish any companion in the world but you. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. And for your sake, I am this patient. Logman.
Do you love me?
I beyond all limit of what else either world do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to me, but what I'm glad of. Rare encounter of two most fair affections. I'm your wife, if you will marry me.
Ay, with a heart as willing as bondage ere freedom, here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in't. And now, farewell.
Thousand.
So glad of this as they I cannot be. We're surprised with all, but my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Trinculo and Caliban quarrel with the help of the invisible fairy Ariel. Caliban urges Stefano to kill Prospero. What a monstrous thing to do!
Servant monster, drink to me!
Let me lick thy shoe. I thank my noble lord. When as I told thee, I am subject to a tyrant. By his cunning hath cheated me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest? Thou jesting monkeys, I do not lie.
Trincolo, if you trouble him anymore, I will suspend some of your teeth.
I did nothing.
Didn't thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Thou liest that. Proceed.
Once I told thee, 'tis a custom with Prospero. By his cunning hath cheated me of this island. In the afternoon, to sleep. There thou may break him, or cut his weasand with a knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a song, as I am nor have not one spirit to command. Ooh, and that, most deeply, is to consider the beauty of his daughter. She will become thy bed and bring forth brave brood.
Oh, monster, I will kill this man, then his daughter, and I will become king and queen. Save our graces, Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Come on, Trinculo, let us say, go them, go them, go them, go them, daughters.
Be not afeard, the isles is full of noises that give delight and hurt not.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where shall my music for nothing. Lead, monster, will follow.
King Alonso and his party are visited by strange shapes that invite them to a banquet. Ariel appears as a large winged bird called a harpy and accuses 3 of the men of overthrowing Prospero's dukedom, threatening them with a fate worse than death. Rule number 1, never mess with a harpy.
What harmony is this? Marvelous, sweet music. Now I will believe that there are unicorns. If in Naples I should report this now, will they believe me? I will stand too and feed.
You 3 from Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, him and his innocent child, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. My high charms work, and these mine enemies are now in my power.
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. All 3 of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison, now begins to bite their spirits.
Filthy man's pool.
This was well done, my bird. That shape invisible retain thou still.
I go.
I will plague them all, even to roaring.
It is strange, your father's instant passion that works him strongly. Never till this day saw I him touched with such anger, so distempered.
My brain is troubled. We wish you peace.
Pray you tread softly.
Monster, is this falsehood that I'm covered in, at which my nose is engraved? Indignation.
So is mine.
Be patient, my king. Be quiet. This is the mouth of the cell. Do that, good mischief, and the island will be thine own forever. And I, thy Caliban, thy footlicker.
Hey, Mountain! Hey! Aye, there it goes, downward. Hark, they
Let them be answered soundly. At this hour, thy my mercy at all mine enemies.
How fares the king and his followers?
Just as you left them, old prisoner, sir, Gonzalo's tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds.
I'm struck to the quick. Rarer virtue than in vengeance. Set roaring war. This rough magic I here adjourn. I'll break my staff. I'll drown my book. Alonso, Most cruelly didst thou use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Would he have killed your king? Quickly, Ariel, thou shalt ere long be free.
Merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Ariel, to the king's ship. Bring the master and the boatswain. Force them to this place presently.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Thy tongue speaks as of flesh and blood, and, since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends. Thy dukedom I resign, and dealings with entreat. Thou pardon me my wrong.
No, for you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could justify you traitors.
The devil speaks in me.
No, you, most wicked sir, I do forgive thy reckless fault.
I have lost my dear son Ferdinand.
I too have lost my daughter. I will requite you with as good a thing.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without voice. Oh, wonder, how many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world, that has such peaceful ways.
'Tis new to thee. Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?
No, sir, she is mortal, but by immortal providence, she is mine. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, and second father of this lady makes a duke.
I am hers. I must ask my child forgiveness. Give me your hand. Be it so. Amen. What is the news?
We have safely found our king and company. Our ship, which gave out split, is yared and bravely rigged as it's first put out to sea.
How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company.
Haha, what things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy 'em? One of them is a plainfish. No doubt, master.
This misshapen demi-devil plotted with them to take my life.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler? And Trinculo is really right. How comest thou in this pickle?
Oh, I've been in such a pickle since I saw you last, my lord.
How now, Stefano?
I am not Stefano, but a crank.
Go, sirrah, to my cell.
I that I will. What a thrice double ass was I to take these drunkards as God and worship these dull fools.
Your Highness, in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the air strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales. Now my charms are overthrown with what strength I have mine's own, but release me from these bands with the help of your good hands. As your crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.
Our rebels now are ended. These are actors, those spirits that are melted into air, into thin air. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
return to this evening's performance of A Midsummer Night's Dream. This is a story of mischievous spirits, a magical flower, and donkey ears. Once upon a time, there was an enchanted forest with magical trees that whispered to each other secrets of the forest. And of course, there were fairies. And Oberon was king of the invisible fairies. And he would like to now take a bow. Thank you, Oberon. Now, Oberon had a very mischievous and naughty servant called Puck. And Puck worked for him throughout the night and brought him delicious food to eat. Frogs. I think he likes to eat frogs every night. Down in what? Meanwhile, the queen of fairies was called Titania. One midsummer night, Titania called for her fairy servants, Peas Blossom, Mustard, Cobweb, and Moth. They fluttered around Titania on delicate wings, bringing her whatever she wanted. But on this night, they were looking after a prince. And they decided to make him a beautiful crown out of flowers. But Oberon became very angry with their antics. He wanted the boy to serve him as a noble knight, and he tried to take him away. But Titania wouldn't let him, and they had a big argument. And then there came a very big storm. And the winds blew. And the rain came down. And the paddles grew deep in the forest. And Titania was taking shelter with her fairies. Meanwhile, Puck was summoned by Oberon. So Puck ran to Oberon to find out what he wanted. And Oberon demanded that he get him a magic flower. It was at this point that Titania was feeling a little bit sleepy, and she decided to have a little nap in the forest. Oberon tells Puck to squeeze the magic juice of the flower into Titania's eyes. He was still angry that she wouldn't let him take the prince and wanted to teach her a lesson. It was at this point in the evening that the actors from the village came to rehearse their lines in the forest where they could get peace and quiet.
Raiding rocks and shivering shots, 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 raiding rocks and shivering shots.
And in the end they fell about laughing because they couldn't remember their lines. And off they went. But Bottom decided to go for a walk. And then he too became very tired and had to go for a nap while his other actor friends went to find something to eat. Puck is being mischievous again, and he sees Bottom lying there, just waiting to have a trick played on him. So he goes over, and just for fun, he decides to turn Bottom's head into a donkey's head. Bottom wonders what's going on and he wakes up. He doesn't realise what's happened to my head as he feels it. And he realises that he's starting braying like a donkey. He's braying like a donkey and singing very strange songs. The actors heard him and ran up to him, wondered what had happened to him. What had happened to Bottom? What happened to his head? Oh my goodness me, this is so frightening, and they ran away in fear. It was at this point that Titania, the beautiful fairy princess, woke up from her slumber. The first person she cast her eyes on was Bottom, and the spell began. She thought he was the best thing she had ever seen, and she fell madly in love with him. She called on her fairies, peace blossom, cobweb, mustard, and mop. And she said, bring my love whatever he wants, and please fan him. And they bring him whatever he wanted. And his head was rather itchy, so they needed to scratch it a little. It was very hairy. While the other fanned him. Titania tied flowers around his ears, and the donkey really liked that. But after all of this, they all soon began to feel very tired. And they fell asleep. They all fell asleep. All of the fairies. It was at this point that Puck and Oberon came to watch and make fun. Puck and Oberon walked over. They thought their trick was hilarious. Look at them lying there. Look at the donkey head. It's hilarious. Oh my goodness, we have to go to the other side and have a little view from the other side. Oh my goodness me, they were rolling around. Hilarious. But they decided that they had Titania had learnt her lesson. And Oberon ordered Puck to remove the spell. Also removed the spell from Titania. And it was at this point the birds started tweeting. The fairies woke up and ran away. And at this point, Bottom woke up and stretched and yawned and felt his head. I'm human again! Hurrah! And he ran off to find his actor friends. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our story.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I have come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after him. The good is often found in their bones. So let it be with Caesar, the noble Brutus. I told you he was ambitious. If it was so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously Caesar hath answered it. Here under leave of Brutus and the rest. For Brutus is an honourable man, so are they all honourable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's view. He was my friend, faithful just to me. But Brutus said he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome. Whose ransom did the general copper still? Did this in Caesar see ambition? When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made a stern start. You all did see that, up on the Lupercal. I did thrice present him with a kingly crown. He did thrice refuse. Did this in Caesar see ambition? But Brutus said he was ambitious, and sure, Brutus is an honourable man. I speak not to disapprove of what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak of what I do know. You all did love him once. Not without cause. What cause withhold you? To mourn for him? Oh, judgment, thou art fled to Brutus beasts and men who have lost their reason! Forgive me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. And I must pause.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaf hath all too short a date.
Sometimes too hot, the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed.
And every fair from fair sometimes declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed.
Thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest.
Nor shall death brag thou wondrous in his days, when internal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
Those hours that with gentle work did frame the lovely gaze where every eye doth dwell.
Was played a tyrant with the very same, and that unfair to infirmity goes to excel.
From never-resting time leads summer on to hideous winter and confounds him there.
Stop checked its frost, and those lofty leaves quite gone, with beauty oversnowed, and fairness everywhere.
Then were not summer's distillation left, a liquid prisoner pent in walls of glass.
Beauty's effect, the beauty fair rest, not knower, no remembrance where it was. But flowers distilled, though they wear waver wooden leaves, but their show, their substance is.
Oh, good Iago! What shall I do to win my lord again? Good friend, go to him, for by this light of heaven, I know not how I lost him. Here I kneel, if ever my will did trespass against his love, whether in discourse, thought, or actual deed, or that mine eyes, mine ears, or any sense delighted them by any other form, or that I do not yet, and never did, and never will. Though he do shake me off to beggarly divorce me. Love him dearly. Comfort forswear me. Unkindness may do much, and his unkindness may defeat my life, but never take my love.
He hath disgraced me and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies. And what's his reason? I am a Jew.
Hath not a Jew eyes, hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed of the same food, hurt of the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian.
If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you and the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge.
If a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example? Why? Revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our seed, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny.
I saw as good as a man as you.
No, better.
Yes, sir, better.
You lie.
Put up your swords! You
know not what to do. I do. Keep the peace. What drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell. All Montagues and thieves, have at these cowards. Down with the
Rebellious subjects! Throw down your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace.
If you not to be the house of Montague, then join the revelries at the Capulet Mansion tonight. Introducing Samson, Lord and Lady Capulet. County Paris and Tybalt. Prince and Friar Lawrence. Juliet Capulet. Benvolio and Romeo.
You do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows you. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy promise too.
I must until this osier cater vows with baleful weeds and precious juice flowers. For not so vile on this earth doth flit some special goods off give, nor aught so good, strained from that fair youth, revoltsome trooper, stumbling on the beams. Virtue itself and vice being misapplied, and vice sometimes by action signified. Two such opposed kings, and count them still in man as well as hers, grace and rude will, and with the worsters predominant, full soon the canker eats up that death plant.
Good morrow, father.
Our Romeo has not been in bed tonight.
The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin, was thou his Rosalind?
I have forgotten that name, and that name is woe. I have been feasting with mine enemy, when on a sudden one hath wounded me that by me wounded. Both are remedies in holy health and holy physics lie. Then plainly know my heart is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet, and hers on mine. And when all combine, ignore what must combine by holy marriage.
What a change this year! It's both of this love that's this so dear, so soon forsaken?
Her I love now doth grace for grace, and love allow. Her I did not so.
In one respect, I'll fire system. It is evidence to turn your household from rancors to pure love.
Oh, nice.
Wisely and slow, we run away. Here comes a lady. Come with me, and we will make a short work, for you shall not stay alone to holy church and corporate 2 in 1.
The capitals are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape abroad.
My head is full of curls, and the egg is full of meat. And yet thou will tutor me from curling?
By my head, here comes the Capulet.
By my heels, I care not.
Thou consortest with Romeo?
Consort, what does that make us? Minstrels? Here's my fiddlestick. Here's I shall make you dance.
Either withdraw to some private places, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here are all eyes gaze on us. Ah, here comes my man, Romeo. The love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage of such a feat. Villain, I am not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries thou hast done me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, until thou shalt know the reason of my love. So, Tybalt, which name I tender as dearly as my own, be satisfied.
O combo of dishonorable submission. Tybalt, you walk?
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Oh, yes! Come on! Go! Yes! Yes! Yes!
A plague of both your houses! Benvolio, help me into some house.
My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, that an hour hath been my cousin. Oh, sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and my softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo! Brave Mercutio is dead.
Now, Tybalt, take back the villain that thou latest gave me. Mercutio's soul is but a little above our heads. Either thou or I or both must go with him.
Go, Romeo! Go, Romeo! 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 Away! Be gone! The prince of the Venus is now ours! Take it!
lies a man, slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinsman, Tybalt.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio, and for that offense, we do immediately exile him hence. I do have an interest in your heart, proceeding. My blood doth lie a breeding for your rude brawls. But I will immerse you with a flame was so strong that you will repent the loss of mine.
Madam, you're not well. Evermore wishing for your cousin's death. Thou eat'st not so much, princess, as the villain which slaughtered him.
Villain, and he be many miles asunder. God pardon him, I do with all my heart, and yet no man like him doth grieve my heart.
So now, I shall tell you these faithful tidings, sir. The Countess has so made you a joyful bride.
He shall not make me a joyful bride.
Hang thee, disobedient wench. I tell thee what, get thyself to church o' Thursday, or never after Lydian's face.
I'll to the friar to know his remedy.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief.
If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do but call my resolution wise, and with this knight I'll help it presently.
If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death and shide away with shame? And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
And I will do it without fear or doubt.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Take thou his phial, being bed in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off. Each part shall appear like death, and in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death shall last for 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Thou shalt be born to that same ancient home where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence.
Oh, give me, tell me not of fear.
Let me pursue this face. Mercutio's wingman, noble County Paris. What said my man when my betrothed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he said Paris should have married Juliet. Wait. Oh no, a lantern, for here lies Juliet, lips sealed with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus with a kiss, I die.
What blood is this which stains the stony entrance of this sepulchre? Romeo? The lady stirs. Romeo!
Where is my Romeo?
Thy husband, in thy bosom, there lies, and Paris too. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. Eh? Noise? Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust, and let me die.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Oh, heavens!
What manner is this? Suppress before thy father. Too great? Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities. Bring forth the party of suspicion.
Here I stand, both to impeach and purge myself condemned, and myself excused. Romeo was husband to that Juliet. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city. For whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her perforce to County Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some means to rid her from the second marriage. Then I gave her the sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended. Meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come as a dire knight to help to take her from her barred grave. But he which bore my letter was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter. Came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely on my cell, till I conveniently could send to Romeo. But when I came, here untimely lay noble Paris and true Romeo dead. I entreated her come forth, but she would not come with me. But as it seems, did violence on herself. If aught is miscarried by my fault, let my all life be sacrificed some hour before his time onto the rigor of severest law.
We have known thee for a holy man. Capulet, Montague, see what has your scourges laid upon.
All are punished.
Oh, Brother Montague, give me that hand. This is my daughter's jointure.
For I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in clear gold.
As for the child Romeo by his lady's line, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A gloomy peace it brings with this morning. Go hence, have more talk of these sad things. Some will be punished, and some will be pardoned. For was never a story of more woe than of Juliet and her Romeo.
Thrice and once the hedge-pig whine. Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go, Indian poisoned in trails throw. Toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom, sleeping got, boiled out first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Fillet of a feiny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. Addis bark
and blindworm's sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell-brought boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf, of the ravened salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat and slips of yew, silvered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of birth-strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab, add thereto a tiger's cauldron for the ingredients of our cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret, black, and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess. However you come to know it, answer me, though you untie the winds. Let them fight against the churches. Though the yeasty waves confound and swallow navigation up, even till destruction is sickened. Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak, demand,
Will answer.
say, if thou'dst rather hear it from our mouths, or from our masters.
Hold on, let me see him.
Pour in sow's blood, that hath eaten her 9 farrow, grease that's sweaten from the murderer's gibbet, throw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou naught.
Beware, Macduff. Beware the dangerous fight. Dismiss me. Enough.
Whatever thou art, forside with caution. Thanks. Thou hast taught my fear aright. But one word
He
more.
will not be commanded. Here's another, one more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Thy 3 years. I'll hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm man.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies and sleep in spite of thunder. What is it that wears upon his baby brow and round on top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion mettled, proud, and take no care who shapes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against you.
That can never be. Who will impress the forest, bid the trees, unfix his earth-bound root? Sweet Bodemans, Good. Rebellion's head rise, never till the rise of Burnham rise. In our high place Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, and pay his breath, time and mortal custom. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Your art can tell so much. Shall Banquo's issues ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, till curse fall. Tell me why sings that closer. What noise is this?
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Now other is like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags! Why? Why do you show me this? Why? Fourth. Star. Eyes. Whoa, the lines stretch out the crack of doom. And another yet. Seventh. I'll see no more! And yet the eighth appears. Who bears a glass which shows me many more? Horrible sight. Horrible. Now I see. It's true. For the blood-boltered Banquo smiled upon me. And laughs at them for his. What? Is this so?
Ay, sir, all this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazingly? Come, sisters, share we are his rights, and show the best of our delight.
I'll charm the air to give a sound, while we perform our antic round.
Macbeth! Beware, Macduff! Beware! Come, Macbeth! Come,
Dear audience, we now come to a conclusion to this wonderful evening, full of love, drama, revenge, and comedy. In the words of Shakespeare, I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks. I hope you relished in delight with tonight's spectacular performances. A hat tip to all of our performers, the drama teachers, Miss Norman and Miss Baxter, the staff members who helped to bring this event together, and to you, who has lifted our spirits by being present here today. I bid adieu to you all, and hope for your presence here next year.